Hey, what is up everyone? In this video we're talking about 5 minor updates that Rare should add to Sea of Thieves. So these are going to be in the same vein as, say, in Season 5 we had the storage crate transfer. That it's kind of going to be updates on that line, not the major tentpole features of a season that you're used to, like say the Sea Forts or the Legend of the Veil Voyage. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into our list. Starting off at number 5 for the minor updates is a major NPC upgrade. Now I know I said major there, and what this really is, it wouldn't be like a major update, but what it would do is drastically change how we see the NPCs. So there's a few ideas I have for this, and I'll be kind of wrapped up into one thing. So first thing would be is I want to add more animations to the different NPCs. Right now they feel very static and not much changes. I would love to see, like, sometimes if you go into one of the shops, this time they're doing like they're repairing something in the back of the shop, or another time you walk in and maybe they're reading a book or something. I think having different animations that they're doing before you approach them and stuff would just make them feel a lot more real and just make a lot more interesting, because right now they're kind of just, it feels like I'm talking to a blank wall almost. They don't really feel like they have their own personalities and stuff. There's other things that I think you could do with them, but one other thing I had as an idea for NPCs were, if you were to sell to the Reapers, the other shopkeepers like at the outposts and stuff, and say the trading company NPCs, they distrust you a bit, and maybe they'd have a little bit of different dialogue and stuff to give you. Maybe they'd be a little bit more curt with you if you had just sold to the Reapers' bones. And they could even make it so that maybe if you had just sold to the Reapers that session and you go try to buy stuff on an outpost, maybe they raise the prices a little bit, maybe like 5 or 10% than it normally is, because they don't like you as much. But you could have it the flip side and have, like, if you are very friendly with the outpost, maybe you had just sold a bunch of loot to the gold hoarders or something like that, and then you go to Reaper's hideout, maybe they'll buy your stuff for a little bit less that session. These wouldn't be like permanent things that go between different sessions. I would say it just happens that time you're playing that night or whatever. It wouldn't be a permanent thing. Those are just some ideas. I'd love to see like upgrades to NPCs. Honestly, if we really wanted to go big, I would love to see NPCs walking around outposts and stuff instead of just like kind of cooped up in their one little spot. But I don't think the game can handle that right now, and I also think that would cause problems for players fighting each other in PvP and stuff, because then it'd be a lot more difficult to tell who's an NPC and who's a player if everyone can walk around and blend in. So this next one at number 4 is one that I think people might get annoyed by, but would maybe like it a lot more in the end. So this would be to get rid of Twitch drops and take those cosmetics that were made for Twitch drops and bring them into in-game challenges. So you could do this in a few ways. You could have each month, maybe like once a week, there's a new challenge where you can unlock a different piece to it, and then you have the whole month to do those challenges to get the different pieces. I think that'd be cool. I would say like these challenges shouldn't be super hard. It could be similar to like the daily challenges that we already have. I think that'd be a lot cooler, because I really think the Twitch drop system is kind of annoying, and I'd rather have those cosmetics from the game itself rather than you have to go to a third-party website to get them, because there's a lot of problems with Twitch drops. First, for all the people that play Sea of Thieves, not all of them can or want to make a Twitch account. The other thing is, Twitch is not the only place to stream, and I think it's kind of annoying that people like me that stream on YouTube, and you know, if you stream on the old people side of Facebook, I don't know, some people I think stream there, I don't know. It kind of is, you know, annoying to see that. Not only that, people on Twitch don't even get to enable Twitch drops because they only have it for the Sea of Thieves partners. Now don't get me wrong, those Sea of Thieves partners, they earn their spot, and I think it's great that they have Twitch drops for them. But why not just make Twitch drops available for every streamer, at least on Twitch? Ideally it'd be for any streamer that's streaming anywhere, but obviously that's not what we have right now. Since there's so many problems with all that kind of stuff with Twitch drops, I'd really just love to see the cosmetics just be weekly challenges, because I feel like the other part I don't like about Twitch drops is I feel like I don't earn it, because not only does everyone get it because it's so easy to get, all you have to do is leave your computer on for 20 minutes and with the Twitch open, and you get it. Whereas instead, if you had it as a weekly challenge or a monthly challenge or whatever, you'd actually earn it and you'd feel accomplished, and it'd be fun to have these rather than just be like, oh, something new is in my shipwright chest or clothing chest or whatever. Speaking of clothing, at number 3 we have outfit presets. Now this is something that I've really wanted. We've kind of got something like this with the ships now, even though it's not really like that. But with the captain ship, you can have different ships with different cosmetics that are saved to it. What I would love to see though is with outfits for your pirate, basically you could have different presets similar to games like Fortnite and stuff, where say if I have like my tucking outfit, I can have that saved. If I have my goofy fun outfit, I can have that one saved. And instead of having to individually change every single piece, I can just click on the preset and then everything's changed automatically. That would save so much time, and I would use more of my cosmetics more, which is really important for Sea of Thieves since the whole game is based around cosmetics as like the driving force of what you're getting gold and stuff for the most part. So I think if you made it so that it was easier to change your outfits more quickly and stuff, that would encourage people to try new outfits a lot more. Alright, so next at number 2 we have more cursed chests. So we already have a few cursed chests like the Chest of Rage and the Chest of Sorrow and the Grog chest and stuff. I would love to see this expanded and to have more. Maybe have some that are a lot more rare. Like I was thinking of one where maybe if you have a Kraken chest, that your chances of getting Kraken are a lot higher than anyone else. But this could be like a really rare chest. You could also make it so like you have other ones that maybe like spawn Megalodons or something. I think the Kraken one would be really cool though. You could also do stuff like where one maybe poisons you if you're close to it or holding it for too long. Like sort of like how the snakes are in the game. I don't know. I think cursed chests are pretty cool, and I feel like they should do more with that concept. So at our number 1 spot we have Sea Post having unique cosmetic sets. I also have another thing that goes along with this, but let's first talk about the Sea Post. So right now, if you go to any Sea Post, they'll have a few cosmetics that are for sale. What I would love to see is, instead of having just outpost cosmetics for sale, they have their own unique cosmetic sets, and you kind of have to make it a little bit of a scavenger hunt to get them, because they wouldn't all be sold at one place. They also wouldn't be all sold at the same time, basically. So you'd have to keep checking back there to try to get more pieces for the set, which would make it more interesting to go to Sea Post. Because right now, I never even check what they have for sale, because honestly, I could just buy it at the outpost if I really want to. And the reason you would want to buy them now is because they're a little bit cheaper at the outpost. But let's be honest, most of us players have over 1 million gold. Some, like me, have over 10 million gold. So there's really no difference between like, oh, I paid 1,000 more for it at the outpost. Who cares? But if you have unique cosmetics there, I think a lot more people would care, and I think it would be fun to collect that kind of stuff over time. The other part to this is very similar, but somewhat slightly different. And this is the idea of having mysterious sellers. Basically, what I was thinking of this when we had the Lost Sands adventure, and I think it would be cool to have cosmetic sellers that are aligned with the Reaper's Bones. And basically how I imagine this is they'd also have their own unique cosmetic set where you could grab different pieces of it at random times, and they'd only sell like a few things at once. So the mysterious sellers, I think they wouldn't be on Reaper's Hideout. They'd be on random islands across the Sea of Thieves, and they wouldn't always be there. They'd kind of pop up sometimes and not all the time. And I think like some ways you could make it easier to find these characters is maybe have them hiding within caves or maybe like in shaded places where, you know, they're kind of a little bit more mysterious over there. I think that idea would be really cool, and I think it'd be really fun, say, if you're doing some kind of voyage and you happen to come upon one of them and you're just like, who's this? And you talk to them and they have stuff to sell that you've never seen before. These two cosmetic set ideas are the ones that I really would love to see, and I don't think it'd be too hard for them to do. The Mysterious Sellers one might be a little bit harder to do, but definitely the Sea Post one would be an easy thing for them to do as long as they take the time to make the cosmetics. Alright, so those are my top 5 minor updates that I'd love to see added to Sea of Thieves. Next week I'm going to be talking about my 5 major updates I'd love to see added. But until then, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. And I got one bonus update that I'd like to talk to y'all about, and that is new ship cosmetics. And you can hear about that in this video. But until then, thanks for watching and I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all.